This episode of The General's Gentleman is sponsored by Galactic Civilizations 3. You are the leader of a spacefaring civilization, where humans and aliens compete for domination of our galaxy. Conquer through culture, diplomacy, technology, or military force. How will you rule your galaxy?
Welcome to The General's Gentleman.
So now we're going to be returning with the rest of the series.
It's nice to break it up a bit. Dawn of War 2 is so enjoyable, so it's nice to just kind of take a break between casts and then get back into the fun of it, spread out the fun. It's cool. Our players for this evening, as they were before Fergos, will be our Lictor, Alpha, Ortez. Man, these guys keep switching. What's up with this sub player in... I'm honestly not familiar with the rule set for this tournament, but he's going to be our Hive Tyrant, and Suffocation will be our Revenant Alpha.
Yep, and our Alpha Male will be Blake, our Alcon Hawk. And the Space Marines, we're going to have Bashful Oni playing as the Tech Marine. That guy's been in all the games thus far. Kim Dank Possible, going to be the Force Commander, and the other Force Commander will be Black Ice. So he's going to have the Force Commander running into a whole bunch of Nids. Trying to outfight this, but the Ravener actually has some really good damage. So I don't see this range battle going well for the Space Marines.
No.
Not here.
The Tac Squad are going to be okay at kind of buying time and probably going to force the Revenant Ultra off eventually. Spore Mine's already on the field here for Suffocation. That is early.
Yeah, forces the scouts out of that bunker. They can't stick around. The Spore Mine's very powerful versus those buildings. Meanwhile, at the north side, still pretty aggressive pushes. We managed to see that in all of our games, really, is the Tyranids just do a lot of punishment early on. What was that?
Sure.
Oh, you want to know the most OP thing in the entire game is ever?
What?
I will tell you, man. With Tech Marine, you get the Artificer's Armor, which gives you good regen, but it allows you to place mines down. You put a mine on top of the Ravener's tunnels, and when the Nids spawn with all of their Nids, the mine blows up and does heaps of damage.
That's not fun.
It's insane.
We did see the evacuation of our Southern Force Commander managed to get out of dodge. It was very low, taking damage from the Spore Mines, but managed to retreat away from this one. I'm assuming the Tax also got away in that engagement. Don't see any squad drops, so it's nice for our Space Marines, not losing anything too early to those Spore Mines.
Yep, double farm. One there. Only one farm thus far for the Space Marines, and it's actually quite late too. So as a result, we see another squad of the Tactical Marines rather than something else, more power intensive.
Like guys, going for one of those. Kim Dank Possible with a really Grek float here. Certainly should be his job, adding on the second power farm. Can do it all by himself. Still a Forter squad.
Trying to find where it is. That's one. Oh, here, right. Okay, never mind.
There we go.
So it's actually, you have a lot of safe power. I mean, that one's still pretty safe for the most part. And then you got more down here too. This is a very power heavy map.
Yeah, I'd say it's the power that makes this map a little bit interesting, because it's kind of, it's kind of weird spawns right next to each other down the bottom of this map, rather than, opposite spawns that you generally see. So encourages some quite janky and interesting movement around the map to kind of assault these different points. The power, obviously, the victory points, and actually making these differing spawns work. It's quite a cool way of designing a map.
Yeah, the power is certainly more safe than the spawns. At least the one in the corner. So we have double Assault Marines. We've seen that consistently in all of our games, is Assault... Oh, that was a Tac Squad going down.
Ouch.
To continue my thought, we've seen Assault Space Marines do incredibly well against the Termagants, against the Barbed Strangler Warriors. We've seen a lot of those. It just depends what your opponent's going for. Oh, man.
We're going to the chase, man. It's pretty nuts.
Okay, these scouts as well. Oh, jeez.
Oh, this is nuts.
That was a sergeant too, so that's and a shotgun too. Wow, that's a very expensive loss.
I have a question for you. I mean, I'm pretty sure I know your answer, Machine, but would you rather have a squad of Howling Banshees or a squad of Hormagaunts chasing you down? If you had the option.
It depends. Probably the Hormagaunts, I would say. The damage is much lower.
Okay.
Banshees, they have the sprint anyway, the fleet of foot. This could be another wipe. This is just wipe city. Oh my god. I was gonna ask you, would you rather have Hormagaunts chasing after your squad on retreat, or would you rather stub your toe on the corner of my desk?
Dude, I would gladly stub my toe right now if that would never happen again, so... I'll do it, man. I'll smash my toe on there. It's gonna be
And
worth.
you'll enjoy it.
I will.
It'll be the best toe
Just
smashing
stubbing.
you've ever done.
Certainly will. This is the also the best Space Marine smashing our Tyranid players have ever done. They're going well here. Didn't quite get the wipe on that last tack squad down the bottom, but other than that, looking pretty good. Power harassment on point. Really good positioning, and squad's pretty much still on full health, so Space Marines are still going to have to assault their way into full health Tyranid squads after healing and reinforcing back at base.
Even the VP's favouring the Tyranids significantly. This is a nice little blob, well, a nice big blob, I should say, of Space Marines. Clumped up here, they've got the Flamers too, Scouts, shot... Oh, Jesus, what's going on?
Oh.
Why is this happening so much?
I'm not sure. Callum, I'm not sure, but I don't like... Hey, Flamer! What a mix-up. Good stuff from our Space Marines. That might be one way to come back against this double Hormagault play.
Yeah, we'll definitely give them good at damage versus the lower tier units, but not versus the Warriors, where the plasma guns will normally what you see. And there's actually a few of them too. There's the Adrenal Gland. Oh no, that's Raveners rather. Never mind. That's Raveners and the Warrior Brood there. So that's the snare thing that you see, where the Termagants slow down a squad. Can be good to kite units away. Oh, he jumps in. Oh my
Jump's
god.
gonna actually land here, gets the knockback, and then into an instant retreat here. It's actually gonna buy time for the Force Commander to close up into melee with these warriors. They are getting collapsed upon, and the second jump coming in from the Assault Marines as well. They're gonna be engaged. There we go. There's a retreat coming out from those warriors, but we've got Raveners in the background getting some pretty decent damage off that. Lictor Alpha still in the mix as well. Probably gonna go down here. Scout Nade comes off. It does fall.
Yeah, nice shotgun blast there, knocking him back, prevents him from retreating. You can't knock things back while they're retreating, but if you're able to do it just beforehand, then they have to step up beforehand. Okay, so there's a squad of Hormagaunts here. I don't want to alarm you, Blake, but this is real life.
I'm alarmed.
You're not drinking hallucinogens in your monster. The world's most AFK Hormagaunts. Okay, there they go. They're going
nice.
for it. We're going to have a Flamer squad getting some power, but only one gen. There's actually a couple of houses here I believe they can take. Yeah, they can take these. No, couldn't quite get there in time.
Okay. Nice knockback model save there from the Assault Marines. They will just retreat off this one. It's in a bad play. It does force a pretty big reaction here. Obviously, taking the node out leaves the danger for the cap and the steel. The generator steel, so it's a pretty good move from our Space Marines. Pressuring that power. There we go, getting a res onto the Lictor Alpha.
Ooh, Gene Stealers. Okay, Gene Stealers, we don't see a lot of those. At least we haven't done this series.
Yeah, we've seen them once.
They are very powerful infantry, and they also have infiltrate too, so they can be a bit sneaky. They're good versus the Assault Marines, and there's 3 Assault Marines. Assault Marines are not cost efficient for what they are against other melee squads. It's just the mobility and the knockback, the disruption that they offer is very strong.
Definitely.
And the Tyrant Guard as well.
Nice mix up here from our Tyranids. We did see double Tyrant Guard in our first game. Didn't work out too well. Against those las cannons, our Space Marine team pulled out. So it's a much better mix, having those Gene Stealers mixed in as well. Lictor Alpha getting his first set of upgrades.
Look at Phogos. He's on 63 pop cap. Everyone else is on 40, 50. So he's definitely had the better unit preservation. Or just the less bleed, I suppose. Yeah. Either way.
And no spawn mines as well.
Oh, yeah.
A squad of those, so having a bit more with that.
That's true. Okay, Lictor actually jumps in. He has the ability to deadly jump. But he's still pretty squishy. He has to retreat out of this one here. The Assault Marines will go in for the engagement. Gene Stealers on the field with their rending claws. The melee is going to be a little bit more dangerous now for these Space Marines.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, they also heal when they're attacking units. They lifesteal
Double turbo guns up to the side here as well, getting some pretty nice DPS down into the Assault Marines as they try and chase down some warriors. They're getting knocked back.
Man, this is a
Also getting
disruption
shots
party.
off. It really is.
Hive Tyrant charging, Assault Marines dashing in, Lictor, shotguns. And now a Tyrant Guard on the flank too. The Crushing Claw is going to be giving some great damage to the Hive Tyrant. And that was overall just a very nice play by the Tyranid players.
Yeah, really well played. Well split up range DPS from our Tyranid players. You saw the double Termagants off to the side, and then the rest of them in another spot. So the Assault Marines couldn't look for a double disruption there in terms of tying up all of the range damage from the Tyranids. They kind of had to focus on the on one side, and that meant they were quite vulnerable to the other two squads of Termagants. It's cool.
Okay, another Hermagaunt v Generators, round 2. Hopefully he doesn't AFK quite as much this time around. Oh, look at that, perfect.
Hey, good stuff.
We are gonna have... Oh, Blackheart's lost something else. Jeez.
Ouch.
Scouts went down, maybe? Something else? I mean, he's on 35 pop
He's
cap.
lost a lot this game. Yeah, it was a bit hard to see what actually went down in the engagement. It might have been the scouts, maybe when the Tyrant Guard came in from the flank, that's possible.
Okay, Plasma Cannon on the field. If there's one thing the Space Marines need, it is definitely AoE damage. A Librarian actually might not be a bad idea either. Especially when you're versing things like, you know, Lictor, the Raveners. You want to be able to use that speed boost thing. I don't know what it's called, so it'll be the speed boost thing for now, but never mind that. Another good engagement here. Good suppression from the Barbed Wire Stranglers. Force Commander with a Thunderhammer is wrecking face. Jeez, that is a lot of disruption, but will it be enough to save the Assault Marines? I believe they went down.
Yeah. No, they took down. They're still alive. Look, the Assault Marines actually managed to get out of here. The Thunderhammer wreaks destruction through the Tyranid lines. That's the Spore Mine Spawn is going to come in, gets a nice suppression off into the remaining range units from the Space Marines, but it's probably not going to be enough to save the Hive Tyrant. Gets another shot off there. There's a retreat coming out. It's on 50 health. No, it gets taken down. Again, the Thunderhammer from our Force Commander getting work done.
Wow, that was nuts.
That's so insane.
Yeah, what else did he have? The teleporter. So he teleported in. The Artificer's Armor just gives him a lot of tankiness. And the Thunderhammer obviously just really good AoE and knockback. Plus, he would have popped the Battle Cry to get the chain special attacks. So that worked.
Yeah.
That was effective.
Yeah, that worked. But that's probably one of the most dangerous surprise pops in the entire game, is from seeing the Force Commander as he is to seeing the Force Commander with a Thunderhammer and a Teleporter pack, and then all of a sudden he's in your backlines. It's kind of hard to deal with.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, you may better put the attack Marines in this Razorback. No, he retreats down. That's a different Force Commander here. He has the Iron Halo instead.
Yeah. Also with the Thunderhammer, however. Yeah.
Jeez.
Oh. Can I get a +5 in the comments, please, for every
that Iron
model that went down?
Iron Halo is certainly being more effective than Halo Wars 2. It wasn't very good, unfortunately. Didn't quite work as intended. Tarantula Turret on the field will be giving some nice suppression. And still, the suppression from the Barb Stranglers are doing their job. Gene Stealer's running right into that Tarantula arc, and man, the Force Commander just wrecking face here. I'm trying to think what would the counter be to this, and you could use the Termagants to use the snare and then just kite him out.
Wow, that's really lucky for our Tyranid players. That could have been, what, that's a Ravener wipe, Warrior wipe, Hormagaunt wipe that all could have gone down if the Force Commander managed to get another Thunderhammer shot down.
I believe he wiped one of the Hermagaunt squads.
Okay.
Look at the pop cap, 42. Phogos used to be at the top with 60. And now the Space Marines are actually overtaking the pop cap game, so this has been a turnaround of all turnarounds, and meanwhile, after the Force Commanders are just wrecking face, the Tech Marines are like, yeah, I'm pew-pewing things. Well done, Tech Marine, you're helping. Actually, with the Tech Marine, though, you can get the Bionics, which is quite nice. It gives you AoE knockback around you and gives you good melee skill. And then you can also get the axe of the something as a power axe that gives you good damage versus warriors. So you can actually make the Tech Marine into a pretty beastly melee unit himself against heavy infantry, at least.
Nice. Thunderhammer plays are insane. Absolutely insane. Supported by the knockback from the Assault Marines as well. There's just nothing they can do. Okay, we got the retreat coming out now. It's done enough work.
My favorite thing in this game is just watching Merciless Strikes whiff so badly, just hit off to the side completely. It's actually a really hard ability to land though, because it's you're not targeting the squad, you're targeting
a direction. Like a,
well, I mean,
yeah,
like, but I was gonna say, you're not controlling the squad, you're controlling the sergeant.
Right,
It does it from the direction of the sergeant, where it's not like the center of the squad or whatever. So, you have to factor in a few things. So yeah, this game is definitely looking good for the Space Marines now. Apart from the VP situation isn't too good.
146 for our Space Marines compared to the 371 of the Tyranids, and keeping in mind our Tyranids have ticked all the way up to tier 3, giving up kind of a few power investments they could have gone for that we definitely saw our Space Marines go for. Can I get a Thunderhammer? So they will be a little bit faster to the tier 3, and therefore a little bit faster to these tier 3 units we see coming out now.
Yeah, so I'm trying to think about how to actually counter the Force Commander. So I mentioned the snares that you have in the Termagants, but also the Barb Stranglers, because the Force Commander isn't suppression immune. So if there's a squad of Barbed Wire Strangler warriors just not in the fight, the Force Commander teleports on, and then suppress him with a knockback. The problem is... Oh, did you see that bait? He baited the Tech Marine in front of the Tarantula turret.
That was so good. Good play, man.
It was so close too. He was a sliver away.
That was pretty baller.
From dying. Oh, that was a nice hit with the Merciless Strike.
Yeah, the Ottoman BM is continuing to run in with the Tech Marine firing his plasma pistol on 40 health. So.
Yeah.
Still not retreating. Love it.
So yeah, let us know in comments like how do you deal with this, because this Force Commander that is. I mean, the Carnifex is going to be pretty good. I mean, the Thunderhammer, it doesn't give you single target damage, though. That's the downside.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really matter so much for Nids, at least. I mean, the Hive Tyrant could perhaps 1v1 the Force Commander well, but it's just in that time the Force Commander is knocking about your entire army.
There really isn't anything to deal with the Carnifex at this stage in the game. There are no Dreadnoughts on the field from our Space Marine players to hit it in the face. Power Fists, I mean, Melter Bombs are still going to be a thing, but we don't have a Las Cannon out from what I can see. Looks like Bashful Oni is going for one now, or has one. You can see a Devastator icon, so...
Yeah, they're both tier 3, Bashful Oni and Kim Dank Possible, so we could see Assault Terminators, which are very, very effective. We could see a few things here. Oh, this is actually the Swarm Lord. That's the heavy tier unit, the God unit, whatever it's called. So the Swarm Lord is interesting because he's not a really strong unit on his own. He's more about the reinforcement. Every single Tyranid unit can reinforce around him, so it's like a sustain unit that you use to support your army. But you see he's actually getting focused down pretty fast.
Yeah, no disruption coming down to that Lascam. We see something dropping in from our Space Marine players. It's going to be Federal Dreadnought? Yeah, nice.
Okay,
good.
That's going to absolutely wreck this Swarm Lord. Even the Carnifex as well won't be trading too effectively here versus that Venerable Dreadnought. There's actually, we could see the Global Repair as well, which would give it even more survivability to this Dreadnought. Assault Terminators on the field as well. They're just too much melee. That's the Tyranno formation. Gonna have to kite away from that one. Using pretty good damage too.
Carnifex is actually still up here getting bad damage, and eventually he's gonna be taken out by these Assault Space Marines. Tyranno formation getting some pretty big work done. Venerable Dreadnought still pretty low here as well.
Yeah, Swarmlord's still in the field. So that's the disruption there. The snare from the Termagants. Fantastic shot from the Plasma Cannon. The blob of Nid's going to be reinforcing the fight here.
Sir Tommy's running in here. Melter Bomb going to get the slowdown to the Swarmlord. It is, however, still alive. And here comes the ranged DPS.
Assault Term is going to be retreating now. Should be okay here, despite the best efforts of this Ravener. Actually, maybe not. Oh, if there was a tunnel available, maybe. He spawns in some warriors. These Terminators are actually pretty low, and they've already burned their teleport. But
I had to just teleport out.
They should be okay here. There's no adrenal glands just yet on these warriors, so the damage isn't too high.
So as we saw there, to save the Swarm Host, quite a really good play. The Hive Tyrant actually ran in from the side with warp shield and disrupted the las cannon as it was taking those last few shots and getting the slows down the Swarm Lord. So allow the Swarm Lord to get his feet back under him, actually run out of the engagement, reinforce the back squads, and then keep the engagement going for the Tyranids. It's what actually turned the engagement there, was the disruption of the las cannon by the Hive Tyrant. So quite cool.
You're still in the
Good
field.
teamwork.
So it is definitely working for now. So what else do we have? Another Carnifex being built. Black Ice down at 35 pop cap. 30 pop cap, that is. Jeez. So the other thing as well that we could see... Oh, fantastic. The Vanguard Veterans. I don't know if you've even seen these units. You require tier 3 for them, and you upgrade the Assault Marines into the Vanguard. So they have the power...
Wow, Vanguard Veterans, like Assault Marine Vanguard Veterans?
Yeah.
Super cool.
Because the Stern Guard are the...
Yeah, Stern Guard are the Space Marine ones. Yeah. The regular Attack Marine Squad ones. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so...
Vanguard Veterans.
They're actually upgrading to the... Oh, well, that was disappointing. They're upgrading to the Power Fists.
Right.
Wait, that's Assault Marines. Yeah, here they are. Yeah, here we go.
Nice.
So they got the Power Fists. It's 4 Power Fists in the squad. I think the Sergeant has Lightning Claws. Yeah, Lightning Claws
nice.
there.
Good stuff.
So these Vanguards, they don't mess about. They're going to be wrecking the face of these heavy infantry. The Raveners, the Warriors. They're kind of like mini Terminators, I suppose. Hopefully we see the other one upgraded too, the other Assault Marine squad. And so, yeah, doing a lot of damage here. Jumping now into the Warriors, the Venom Brood as well.
All of them getting forced off.
And because they jump around, they're quite mobile, so you can wipe things on retreat by jumping after them.
See another engagement a little bit further down, towards that bottom VP. There's just pretty much attacks getting forced off. Could be another wipe here. No, they are just going to be forced off here. There's Assault Terminators also running down to the area to see what they can do.
The only problem when you upgrade to the Veterans is you lose your experience.
Yeah.
But generally, it's worth it. At least with the Vanguards, that is.
Power Fists and Lightning Claws, I'd definitely say worth.
yeah, worth. So when it comes to Stern Guards, like you normally see people upgrade a second squad of tax rather than using the original squad. So they'll call down the drop pod, and then they'll use that drop pod and turn that squad into the Stern Guards.
You know how we were saying if I could sub my toe for no more Hormagaunts on retreat?
Yeah.
I'd sub my other toe for Lightning Claws or a Power
right.
Fist, yeah.
Okay, we have another squad of Assault Termies. And that's a Predator being built. So this game is actually pretty intense because the Space Marines have so many powerful units here. Still got that Dreadnought, the Venerable Dreadnought. But again, look at the VPs.
38.
It's 38, and that's not a lot in Dawn of War 2. We should have a few abilities available too. Yeah, we got 3 Orbital Bombardment, so do expect to see those coming out soon. Fergus perhaps maybe having his Tyranno formation too.
I would definitely like to see some orbital bombardments. We don't want to see a game end where our Space Marine players have red to spend. Here, that's a perfect opportunity. They're in a choke point. Tyranids are well out of position. The Swarm Host and a Carnifex here. That's definitely...
Yeah, that's it. Especially with the Carnifex and the Swarm Lord. You can't disengage that one. He's actually running forward, sort of.
Fantastic.
He's not really sure what he's doing. He's going forwards now, but he's going to have the las cannon firing. Actually gets his own Terminators. That's a lot of lost damage here, but great zoning. The Venom Brew gets knocked forward. Are we going to see one of these heavy units go down? He retargets to the Swarm Lord, so that may allow him to escape. The Carnifex, that is. But it is getting pretty low here. The Terminator's still running around, looking to get some damage done at the north.
One more shot.
Venerable Dreadnought looking pretty strong. Oh, no, there he goes. That's a dead Swarm Lord now. Meanwhile, we're going to have a lot of Warriors being knocked down. The Raveners, Hormagaunts, I think, got annihilated. It's a massive fight, but the VPs are being captured.
Knockdown. Is that a Tyranids? No, it's not.
No, it is.
Tyranids formation, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Wow, okay, coming in. I'm sure on the icon that's going to be knocking all of these Space Marines back away from the VPs, and they can actually win it for our Tyranids here. 257 VPs compared to the 13, 11. It's still ticking. Tyranids formation's getting the knockback. Perfectly played by our Tyranids.
Okay, that's going to be it. Top one, nah, almost. Close, but no cigar. Yeah, great use of those nukes to prevent the capping and knocking them about. It was unlucky there because with the Terminators, if they were out of that blast,
yeah,
they would have just slapped about a Carnifex.
Done, yeah. It's unfortunate.
Especially because they still have the Thunder Hammers, they don't have the Power Claws, so they have better single target damage. But yeah, very well played game by the Tyranid players. Space Marine players too, the good recovery, but the VPs are definitely so brutal, especially on this map, because it's a very small map. The travel time isn't that far, and they were able to actually take 2 VPs. It was a triple cap there for a moment. It wasn't just the 1 VP at the north. So, GG, well played. That was definitely an exciting one. I'm glad we saw this, the Vanguard. It's such a cool squad.
Cool.
The Predator didn't really do that much this game. Dreadnought did. This failed Tech Marine. This just has no walkie. I love getting the Cygnus armor, I think it's called, the one where you mark target, and then you just nuke that thing down really fast. But yeah, it didn't really do much. That being said, you got level 7.
Yeah, the plasma gun was getting some single target work done, I suppose. Yeah, not a lot of war gear. Certainly could have pulled a bit more out, considering you're running the Tech Marine. But hey, pretty good game. Thunderhammers, bro. Love them.
Just look at the levels. Level 10 Force Commander, level 2 Lictor.
We just don't see Lictors do very well in these team games. They don't have a great time.
Yeah, I haven't seen Lictor Alpha used that good today. I think in general I haven't really seen him much. Generally you'll see more Hive Tyrant and probably even more Ravener actually than the Lictor, I think. But
yeah. Anyway,
that'll wrap us up for now. We have more games to come, so thanks for watching and stay tuned for more Dawn of War 2 content.
Cheers. Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to game number 4 in our epic battle between the Tyranids, Phogos as our Lictor Alpha, Bashful Oni as our Hive Tyrant, and Suffocation as our Ravener Alpha.
Skizzy, Scousy, Scorsy,
Spousy.
He's going to be our Tech Marine. That's a new guy. We're going to have Black Ice as our Force Commander, and we're going to have Kim Dank Possible as our other Force Commander. Now, I'm curious this game if we can see Space Marines have a good early game, because we haven't seen that in any of our matches. It's always the Tyranids wrecking face early on.
Yeah, we've seen them not suck, but we haven't seen them do well, so... and that was only one game, mark you. So this time, the Scouts have actually got some work done. The Ravener Alpha already down to about half health.
I closed Sony Vegas, my editing software, and the frame rate's gone up a lot. Because it was getting a little bit laggy that last game. But I think also what we see is actually not quite the same as the recording. Like, the recording generally looks better than what we see. But anyway, we're going to have double Space Marine players at the south. There's 2 here. Wow, that Hormagon squad took a lot of unnecessary damage.
Oh, yeah, Force Commander ties them up. Nicely played. Good.
Okay, we're gonna. This is just a really sloppy engage. He's throwing in these Hormagons one at a time. I mean, he's got one squad here, but the thing is Tech Marine's gonna actually just fight Hormagons on their own, at least until they get the Adrenal Claws. Oh, no, maybe not. Okay.
Yeah, back off. Yeah.
What can they 1v1 then? It's like slow. I suppose they can 1v1 Hormagons. Maybe there was something else firing at them.
I mean, they had already taken some damage, but it probably depends. Hormagons did have a perfect wraparound there, and they were taking damage probably from range.
Either way, this was a great engagement thus far. The Tech Marines retreated, but they didn't lose any models, and it's going to be the South held. I mean, the VP was ticking there in the favor of the Nids, but they're going to be taking that one away.
In terms of our North engagement, we did actually see the Space Marine player forced off. Obviously, quite well played by the Tyranids. Man, none of his squads are even low on health. Nuts.
Okay, this Ravener, yeah, he definitely should have backed away there, because he knew that there were Space Marines right above him on his retreat path. So that one goes down. The Scouts barely survived that one.
Really intelligent back away as well, though. Finds the retreat path that doesn't have an entire squad of Hormagons on it. It's always the ideal retreat path.
I mean, there's a lot of the Termagons here.
Yeah.
I wonder what we'll see.
Need res.
Hint it may be Assault Marines.
Help me. Yeah. 500 VPs for our Tyranids, 430 for our Space Marines. So a telling sign, whoever ends up with 2 VPs after the initial engagement tends to get a free 300 or so bleed.
Oh my god, this is going to be all the power going down. The Force Commander was too low. He probably should have retreated here. I don't really see why he'd stick around when he only has 200 health. I guess he'll have Build Battlecry for the damage boost, but that's really all he can do before he gets forced away. And this is a nice wraparound here. You have Devastator caught in melee by the Lictor.
So one of the powers going down, one gen down so far. Victory point also going to be captured here. Cap is going to finish off before the Devastator arrives. Wiping the scouts here is inevitable.
So the reason why this engagement was so good for the Tyranids is because the third Space Marine player still up the north here, where it was a collapse down by the northern Tyranid player. So good coordination coming out of the Tyranids thus far.
Wraparound completely fails from these Hormigons, as it turns out. Double knockback from these scouts is going to be plenty. The Devastator is actually going to try and soft retreat from this one. It's going to take a fair bit of damage, and there's the hard retreat coming out. Should be safe.
There's a lot of flanks there coming out of these Hormigons. Going to be tying up all these squads. Bit of damage too, so he's going to contain the squads in their base for a little bit. VP's definitely ahead for the Nids. Power as well.
Yeah, this could be brutal. I don't see a reaction coming out very quickly. See all these gens potentially going down.
Oh, we haven't been keeping score. I believe it's 2-1 though. The Nids are above 2-1.
Yeah.
That's right.
This is actually game number 4, isn't it? So, yeah. But yeah, I'm pretty sure Nids are 2-1. So, yeah.
There was a weird naming convention. The last replay we casted was called Replay 4, but then this replay was called actually Replay 3. The last one's Replay 4. Or whatever, you know what I mean. So it was really weird. Great grenade there. The Bioplasma, I think that was. Unless it was actually the Ravener, I'm not sure. But anyway, we're going to have Salt Marines having to retreat out of that one, as the blob of the Space Marines going to be trying to focus down the Hive Tyrant and really just anything that they can.
Very low, nothing on the retreat path though, so it should be fairly safe. Nids split damage a lot here between the gens and the nodes, so they're just going to have to try and finish these off before they go for a retreat, which is probably going to happen eventually. Bomb Strangler's working out.
I think this is a little turret, this thing here, the Hive node. I don't know who built that. Perhaps the Ravener. I think this fires, doesn't it? Or is it giving like some little aura around it? I don't know. Might be an aura.
I know it looks like I'm shrugging machine, but that's just because I'm shrugging.
Yeah,
so.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay, it must be the aura. Either way, great damage. Okay, this is ambitious. That's... Yeah, that's ambitious.
They needed power. I kind of get it. It hasn't been scouted at least.
It's
so
like me
nice.
calling up Ellen Page and be like, hey, do you want to go on a date sometime? It's like, all right, sure, you can try.
You
but...
can give it a shot, yeah. Ambitious, but you know, at the moment, you've actually managed to get through to Ellen Page. You didn't have to run past her agent first, who looks out for the crazies, so that's nice. And in context of this game, our Tyranids are yet to scout the power node. So until they do, it's going to be hard for them to take it out.
And they don't... Oh, look at this. The Nids have the forward generator as well. They're going to have a pretty huge income, and we already see the tier 2 for all of our Nids. I love it when they're all in sync, when they get it simultaneously. Look at the float here for suffocation. What does he have in mind? What's he going for?
I see something big. Maybe a straight up Hive Tyrant.
What?
Oh, sorry, straight up
Conifex?
Yeah, no.
Tyrant Guard.
Tyrant Guard is
Right.
the word I was looking for. Yeah.
Okay, look at that great hook there. Gets wiped pretty quick. Has to back away from that one.
It's gonna be another wipe if this Lictor Alpha gets a couple more autos off. Will I get one more? Might not matter. Go, Lictor Alpha, go! You're so close! I believe in you! Doesn't make it, and the Flamer will actually survive here.
Okay, this power's been scouted. First tier 2 now for the Space Marines. Only 2 Assault Marines as well. There's no triple Assault Marines. Oh, wow. Okay, he put 3 powers gens down. It's going to get stolen. I don't think it's going to be destroyed. But there's just so much power that it's like, can the Nids even spend this much power?
Hey, Callum.
What?
I'm sorry to tell you this, but Ellen Page called back. She said no.
Oh, no.
I'm sorry, man. Yeah, there's not much I can do. I do apologize. And Salt Marines not apologizing to the Hormigons. They are shredding. Fantastic first engagement. Not at all surprised to see those. Black Ice going for his tier 2 now. Huge requisition float for him as well.
Now, the Venom Brood's going to be giving the good Synapse aura to the triple Termagants, so I'm sure that's more for the buff rather than for the actual anti-vehicle itself, especially given the power situation.
There's the upgrade on the Venom Brood coming down.
Range Synapse, yeah, there it is.
Gen bashing complete for our Tyranid players north, but the Flamer is back in action. But right now, Tyranid is wishing that actually managed to wipe that squad. It's going to cost them 3 gens here. So a triple cap for our Tyranids, so our Space Marines even in an even worse victory point situation than they were last time.
Oh wow, they're ticking down really fast. I mean, nice harassment there with the power gens, but I don't think it matters. There's plenty more to take over.
One more gen. Come on, Scouts. I believe in you.
Minimum range should kill it very fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Look at that. That's the Adrenal Gland Warriors. Ooh. Ooh, the Mastercrafted Bolter gets the suppression shot. I love using that against Howling Banshees, but apart from that, I don't bother.
Cool.
Because it suppresses it, does a bit of damage. Like, it drops a model instantly of a Banshee.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd certainly help stop the charge, wouldn't it? So.
Well, in the way that you get a ranged resistance when you're in melee. I don't remember what the number is, but say it's like 50%. You take half damage from ranged attacks when you're in melee. So you can't focus down Banshees that quickly when they're stabbing Marines.
Yeah.
But if they're out in the open because they're knocked back by a shotgun or because they're hit by the suppression shot, then you can actually focus them down incredibly quickly.
Oh. The more you know.
Often because, like, yeah, you have your shotgun scouts, but you generally want to use that on the Warlock. Because say you're versing a Warlock and a Banshees, you're going to need multiple knockback methods. Oh, the Plasma repacks up. Okay, this is going to be a nice shot.
Oh, no. I don't want to look. I'm not looking, machine.
He
Tell me how it
sets up
goes.
like 3 times there. He may hit the wall if he's lucky and not do a lot. Of the Nids, that is. Okay, nice. Yeah, see?
Ah, nice. Cool. Now, Tyranid's going to know about it and they're going to avoid those nasty initial shots.
Okay, stealing the power, which is good. I think this game's going to end pretty quickly.
67 VPs now for our Space Marines. Not really much they can do.
Devastator, you are so dead.
It's all kinds of dead. And I believe at the end of this game, that'll be series to the Tyranids.
Yeah.
Space Marines will be wiped off the planet.
Oh, okay. They switched targets there.
Yeah, the mass retreat could be a mistake here. I don't think there's going to be time for our Space Marines to find the captures.
Look at the power, 200 power. They just can't spend that much.
Yeah.
GG, yeah. I don't know if we actually have another game, because I'm not sure if it's like if it's a matter of winning a series or if it's a matter of just playing games for fun. I'll check that now anyway, but that was actually the most one-sided game that we had. I'm trying to think why. What happened? Why did they lose so hard? Because it wasn't really a lot of losses, was it?
I mean, kind of a combination of things like the they lost a lot of generators, so that then had to be rebuilt.
Game 5. Yeah, we have it. We have game 5, folks.
And there was a lot of
flanks and retreats.
And yeah.
Oh no, because I think the main thing was the guy up north rotated down, got the power, forced the mass retreats, and then the Northern Space Marine player was like still there capping shit. So I think from there they just went downhill. But anyway, nice game. We're gonna do this last one, and that'll wrap up our Space Marines versus Tyranid series. Welcome to game number 5 of the Tyranids versus the Space Marines.
We're hyped to be here. Players for today, as they have been for a while. Tyranids, Phogos as our Lictor Alpha, Bashful Oni as the Hive Tyrant, Suffocation as our Ravener Alpha.
Space Marines is going to be Kim Denk Possible as the Force Commander, Black Ice as the Tech Marine, and Scousy, whatever it is, as the Force Commander. You know what I love doing as well is I love looking at the timing of like the buildings and seeing seeing who's the slowest and who's the fastest. You have one person that's 2 seconds ahead of the rest of his teammates, and you think, man, that guy,
He's the pro.
he understands.
Yeah.
He knows
He gets it.
It's gonna matter.
He builds his dozer before the screen goes from black to coloured. So yeah.
Wow, what a mad dog. Suffocation preemptively building small mines. Is it because there's a lot of buildings on this map? Why I can't see any? Why does he want small mines?
Sure, for fun, I'm guessing, but yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe just the engagements tend themselves towards needing spore mines. Maybe to force units out of heavy cover. Maybe that's the idea.
Actually, wouldn't it suppress the force commander as well?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does.
So
Suppresses
that's
him. So yeah,
perhaps
it's
a good
pretty
reason.
hard counter to the force commander. Saw them use pretty successfully in our last game actually to deal with the force commander. Almost took him out, as a matter of fact. Nice engagement for our Neds. All of this range DPS is going to be tied up, including the Tech Marine.
Alright, what about these Hormagaunts though? They get out.
Yeah, retreat comes through. Oh, scouts aren't going to retarget.
The force commander,
You dropped here, 14, 13, 12.
just
12
everything
health.
is getting so close to dying.
Oh, nice. The stop from the Ravener Alpha as well as the Termagants actually find the wipe here.
Please, no, I can't
Not
handle
again.
this. Blake, stub your toe.
I'm stubbing it, man. Stubbing it as hard as I can. Ah, good. Stubbed it. Saved it. Yeah, at least one of the
Well done.
squad survives, so... Yeah.
Disclaimer, General Sim do not recommend that you stub your toe in order to save your units on retreat from Hormagaunts.
Yeah.
We cannot prove that this method will prove successful. We cannot be held accountable if your Space Marines get wiped on retreat despite stubbing your toe.
Yeah.
Man, this game is going really badly.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not great.
This went worse than that time where I asked Ellen Page on a date.
Yeah, that was pretty bad, man. It was just straight up embarrassing, so... Spawn mines out in the field as well. They're going to double spawn mines, in fact, going to change the next engagement. Suffocation doubling up on his spawn mines. Baller as.
Okay, what's the power situation?
Devastator's coming out now.
Situation in inverted commas. There's one farm here, but should be getting focused down. It's actually interesting because you have this two nodes which are in the same distance from the base and the enemies. Normally you'll have a safe one.
And a more exposed one. So decent engagements here for our Space Marines. They're finding good tack engagements. We see some upgrades. Going to bait into the Devastator here. That's awesome. Gets the setup in time. It's going to prevent the tacks from being engaged upon.
Man, that bioplasma is
Wow,
pretty
nice.
effective.
Yeah,
It may
that was good.
oh, look at this.
Oh, brutal.
Allows the Hormagaunts to connect.
And so often we see the Hydrant going for the Warp Shield, but instead it's Bioshots onto the Devastator. That's brutal.
You can also use the charge. There's an ability that you can charge up and get in range.
Nice. Hormagaunt wipe there from the tax as well. It's going to be nice. Spawn mines still haven't been used here, despite the Force Commander being in the area. They're just chilling behind heavy cover, staying safe as spawn mines do. This won't be good for the Force Commander. Lictor Alpha's coming in. That's not a 1v1 you want to be in.
Yeah, the Force Cannon would probably win, but there's three squads
Three
shooting
squads
at.
there as well, yeah.
Is it
To be
worth
fair,
it?
the Lictor Alpha is an assassination unit, so it's like, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't
Yeah,
think his damage is
even
really
golf.
that high. I think it's just his mobility.
The single target's pretty good. I mean, yeah, I agree. Force Commander's is badass, but yeah, the Lictor Alpha's damage is negligible against when it comes to
Yeah,
single
you're
target
probably
damage.
right.
So.
I don't know.
So did we see the spore mines used there? I believe I saw them blow up. Looks like they have.
Yeah, I don't see
forcing
any.
those tax off, so. Power harassment's pretty brutal. It's the more gens going down as well as the nodes.
Actually, the Lictor gets insanely good at dueling when you get the healing thing, and then it heals every time
Yep.
you attack, and then you just, you just win any 1v1 fight. Actually, maybe not against the Apothecary, because he also gets a healing axe, and then it's just a never-ending battle of heals.
Oh, heal. Yeah.
Okay, Hormagaun's going to be getting a nice wraparound.
More gen bashing. Not looking good for our Space Marines here. 305 EPs compared to the 439 of Tyranids. Can the Devastator team going to be flanked here? At least the right-hand side gens are staying alive. That's probably what's keeping our Space Marines in this game. Oh, it's a Force Commander.
Yeah, that allows Black Eyes to go for a fast tier 2. That's drop pod spawning some Marines.
Yeah, it has to. They absolutely have to here.
Okay, yep.
Save the generators.
Yep, save the generators. Force back these gaunts, but there's actually a brood nest here which allows reinforcement.
Hive node's getting a bit low. That could go down soon.
Triple tier 2.
Tyranid players know what's up. The flame we're getting added on here will be disrupted.
Okay, so the Lictor Alpha flesh hooked the Force Commander, but I think he got knockback immune because of his battle cry or his special attack.
Right, okay.
I think that's what happened. Because he didn't get knocked in.
Yeah. Sure that can happen. Hive Tyrant with a mad range, knocking back the Devastator team time and time again. Yeah, that's a brutal combination, letting the Hormigons actually close in.
I think he used his Seismic
Roar, yeah, from the Rending Talons, okay. Piercing damage more and getting that big knockback. It's a knockback Tyrant. Devastator team setting up again. Not sure what the cooldown will be on the knockback.
Oh, wow.
Is that really yeah, GG.
We knew this game was like 7 minutes, so we begrudgingly casted it just to wrap the series up. Because last game we were like, man, one more game. It'd be weird if we left it out. It's still a bit early to GG, but that game was not going anywhere good.
181 VPs, and I don't really see a lot they could have pulled out here to turn the game around. Fairly brutal. So, congrats to our Tyranids. I suppose they win the series, as we could put it like that.
Wow, look at that face cloth thing.
Good.
That's weird. It's like a chainmail over his face. That's pretty badass, though.
Yeah. It's like it's a coif where everywhere where the coif normally isn't on his face and not around his neck, but.
Is coif the name of the?
Yeah, coif is like the with the neck,
right?
The neck piece with this like chainmail, yeah, with all the ring mail around the neck, coif. So yeah.
Well, there you go, folks. That's I think the Dark Angel skin pack because they have like, you look at these claws and shit. They got. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the series. Let us know if you want to see more, or if you want to see more 1v1s instead. This is so beautiful, you know.
Isn't it though?
This game is so good.
It's amazing. Look at those boulder shells falling to the floor.
I like how it's not cartoony.
Yeah. Isn't that great?
I like how it's not League of Legends.
Oh.
When I play my RTS games, I want my RTS games to be RTS games, not MOBAs.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. It has been a pleasure.